You know what it is. This one is about selling drugs in Lompoc, California, man. Selling drugs in Lompoc, California. All right. This is about selling drugs in Lompoc, California. Sit back, enjoy the ride, and just do what we do. All right. I'm gonna tell you about Lompoc. Sit back, enjoy the ride, man. Enjoy the ride, enjoy the ride, enjoy the ride. But let's get the gunshots so we can eliminate the trolls. Gone for the trolls. Gone for the trolls. Gone for the trolls. All right. Now, we talking about Lompoc. You know, I mean, we talking about 2 decades ago. So you fake trolls. You know what I mean? That don't say nothing. This all the way back 2001. You know, so we talking about, a dub plus a deuce, years ago, right? Now, I'm in Lompoc. Okay, first I'm in Allenwood. I like to ride. I'm in Allenwood, and I got all the dope in Allenwood, so, they get a new little dude there, Feeney. I might go back, touch back on Feeney and that again, because Feeney was another animal. But they got an SIS dude, meaning Special Investigative Force dude named Feeney, coming in. And when Feeney come in, they brought him there to clean up the drugs because we was getting pounds of weed in and, and heroin and all this old crazy stuff. And we was young, just wild. And that's where we had Guy Fisher and William Underwood. Big shout out to those brothers. All right. Relax. Big shout out to those brothers. Because they tried to tell me to calm my crooked ways, to calm my criminal ways, But... they roll up one day and I'm getting a visit every week. I'm getting extra points to get extra visits. I got females coming to see me. My kids coming to see me. I'm smoking good weed. I'm making plenty of good money. And, I'm only 2 hours from the house, One day they came at 4 o'clock count and they told me to report to the lieutenant's office. I walked up to the lieutenant's office. Normally you go to the lieutenant's office, they see you, they give you a shot, they send you back. I know I didn't do nothing wrong. So it's 4 o'clock count, everybody locked in the cell. I was locked in, they took me out the cell, and I walk up that Green Mile to the lieutenant office from, 1A all the way up there by 4B. So I get up there in the joint, and as soon as I go up there, they said, lock them up. This is how my life was. So if you youngins want to go do this, go do this. They said, lock them up. So they grabbed me and they put me in the shoe. So the next morning, at like 3 o'clock in the morning, they wake me up. By 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, I'm at the airlift in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, from my cell, and they take me to go get on the plane. And when I go to go get on the plane, they said I'm being transferred, out to California. So the marshals was like, hold up. They looked at the paperwork they had for me and all that, and they said, nah, I was what they call a special inmate monitor. That means they spell that SIMS, special inmate monitor system. That's what I was in. Meaning they can't move me without contacting Washington, D.C. That's how high profile of a criminal I was. None of this is to brag, just telling y'all like it is. So, I get to go on the plane. They walk me up the tarmac to go on the plane, and the marshal said, "Nah, we not taking this man on the plane because Washington got to give an order. Allenwood can't give the order. And they say, nah, we need you to do your solid. They say, nah, not with this man, with his record, he not getting on our plane without Washington, giving us what they call a habeas corpus. You know what I mean? Meaning permission to move my body from one institution to the next. And that's what's so crazy. All my stories I tell you, I'm going to put it up here. I'm going to dig it out and put it up here. I got a printout, of every time they moved me in the feds. I mean, from one cell to another, show what bed I was in, what prison I was in. So you fake ass hoes that want to talk crap, when I say I was in a jail with Larry Hoover, big shout out to Larry Hoover. Relax. Big shout to Larry Hoover. I was in ADX with Larry Hoover. I got a story about Larry Hoover. Got a couple of stories about Larry Hoover. I haven't told them yet because, you know, I don't know if y'all are ready for it. You know what I mean? I don't know if y'all are ready for it. But, you know, you can see what year I was where I was at. You can look what year the next person was at, and they keep track of everything and every movement. But anyway, when I go to get on the plane, they tell me not let me on the plane. They send me back to Allenwood, so I go back to Allenwood. But before they send me to Allenwood, they send me to Lewisburg because they didn't even want me back on the premises in Allenwood. I get to Lewisburg, and when I get to Lewisburg and they get ready to march me, and they looked at my paperwork, they said, "Oh no, we're not letting this man in our prison," you know. So, you know, I was banned from Lewisburg, you know, because I allegedly stabbed 2 police and started a riot and set the unit on fire and tied the doors up, and you know, they had to shoot tear gas in and bring the goon squad and all that. So Lewisburg said they're not taking me, so they sent me back to Allenwood. But the whole time now they're reaching out to Washington to move me. So Washington gives them the okay to move me. So the next morning, you know, they take me over there back to Harrisburg, and this time they take me on a plane, and I get out to Oklahoma. You know, big old plane come in and it pulls into this building, and this big chute comes out, you know, like they do in a regular airport, and it connects to the plane, and they walk me out handcuffed and shackled with 300 men. I'm the first one in it. They put me in the chute, you know. Then they send me out to, you know, Lompoc. When I get to Lompoc, as soon as I got to Lompoc, and, you know, they had the buses come in from the different jails to put you on for where you're going. So when they bring me over there to get on these buses, the dude from Lompoc came, and he looked, he said, "Oh yeah, we've been expecting you, Mr. Unique." You know what I mean? I'm like, damn, I went all the way across country and they already know me in 2 days. So they said, "But yo, you're gonna be all right over here. You know, your homie Big C here. You know, big shout out to Big C. You know, big shout out. You know, and a 3-gun salute to the big brother. All right, that's for Big C. They tell me that my homie Big C there. So when they take me there, the same day I get there, because Lompoc was rocking and rolling, so they're not doing all that classification and all that. They do all that before you get there. They put me in a unit called F Unit, which is functified, and that's where they had Big Kaz, you know, from the rolling 60s. You know, they call him Casper, but you know, we call them Kaz up in there. Got a brother Sea-Dog. That's where we had Escapone. Big shout out to Escapone. Love that brother with all my heart. You know what I mean? Because he helped me down when, you know, I got cut in the face. You know what I mean? I'm going to tell you about that. Y'all want to hear about when I got cut in the face, let me know. Ain't nothing to hide. That's why when I tell the stories about like the Italians getting this extorted or whatever, my shit is real, man. You know what I mean? And, you know, anybody's fair game. They fair game to get extorted. I was fair game to get, you know, $1.50 in my face. I'm not ashamed of none of that, because that's what made me the man that I am today, and that's why I'm telling the youngins, you don't want to go down my path, you know? So, I mean, you know, whoever got in their body about me, telling about a loss that they car took, they race took, they whatever took, you know what I mean? I apologize, you know? But I'm just speaking the facts because I'm keeping our history alive, right? Now, I get there to the joint, and after 4 o'clock count and dinner time, I'm in Lompoc, we go out to the yard. I'm walking with about 5 of the, you know, homies that's out there. There's about 15, 20 dudes from New York out there at the time. So I'm walking over there across the yard, you know, around the track, and a dude come walking straight across the track with his hands in his pocket. Because in Lompoc, if y'all been to Lompoc, California, and somebody told me that Lompoc is the richest county in California. Correct me if they wrong. That's what they said to me the other day when I mentioned Lompoc. But Lompoc means dirty water. You know what I mean? That's what it means, dirty water. Because the water there terrible. That's how the conversation came up. And dude said, you know, that's crazy they call it dirty water because that's the richest county in California. Well, they got the prison on the land that got the dirtiest water. They used to sell big 64-ounce bottles of water for 10 cents. We had to use these 64-ounce bottles of water to brush our teeth. You know what I mean? To wash our face in the morning because the water was that bad it break you out. You know what I mean? And oh my God, I don't know what they had in it, but 10 cents a bottle for water is what they were charging for 64 ounces. Picture that, so you know this place is messed up. So you go in a dude's cell, he might have 200 bottles of water under his bed, you know, because you don't know when you're going to be locked down and you ain't trying to not brush your teeth or wash your face till you come out and go to commissary. So dude come walking across, he got his hands in his pocket and he's, you know, and my homies that I'm with, I'm just getting there, so they don't know me. So they walk up, everybody kind of like, you know, back up and back out their knives, you know. They holding me down. So when they back out their knives, dude came up, he took his hands out of his pocket, you know, and he slapped me 5, and he gave me 3 balloons. Each balloon had 3 grams. He gave me 9 grams of balloon. This was you know, a Sereno at that. You know, yeah, big shout out to the Serenos. Big shout out to the Serenos. You know, I'm gonna take my time because, like I said, I do these from the head. You know, from experience, from real life memories. You know, so y'all are really getting a treat. Now, when they came walking up to me, and he slapped me 5, he said, "Man, that's from Champ." You know, for those of y'all that don't know, I might even do a story on him. Rest in peace to Champ. You know, Champ was, you know, the black hand that's the California MA that started, you know, the California MA official dude, you know, and me and him was in Lompoc together, so they know everywhere you going. So it's the same way if they wanted to get me killed, they get the same word to get me killed. But Champ told him that, yo, my Moreno friend coming in, he my brother, look out for him. So the Serenos of all people hit me off, you know, with 9 grams of heroin. My homies looked at the heroin in my hands and they was like, yo, you can't take that. You know what I mean? What you mean? You know what I mean? I'm trying to eat. And he said, nah, they don't even deal with blacks. You know what I mean? Well, I'm black. They just dealt with me. And they're like, nah, man, it's a setup. I said, man, ain't no setup, man. You know, I was with men. You know what I mean? I deal on man time. And they scared to death. I'm going to keep it 100. You know, they my homies. They officially bust their gun, but they were scared to death. So I go back in the unit and I hook up with Big Kaz and I show him what I got and I'm telling them what went on. And, you know, Kaz get that good California chronic, the weed, and I like the weed. So we smoked the joint and came up with a plan how we gonna move this. So now I look out for my car, because you always gotta look out for your car. You know, because if anything happen, they're gonna be the ones to roll with you. So, you know, I looked out for Kaz, you know, Escapone and a few other brothers that was there. They also had a dude there, Big Duke Compton Crip. Big shout out to Big Duke. Tell Big Duke to contact me if y'all out there, and definitely tell Escapone to contact me. Remember, Escapone, you know, Compton Crip. Tell him to contact me. That's my brother to my heart. Always love him. Because like I said, when I got cut in the face, he was right there ready to go to war with me against my own homies that set it up for me to get cut in the face. A dude called me yesterday and sent me a cash app, because those are the rules, you know. I sent him a request, you know, for what he told me he was going to send me, and then he sent it. So if y'all want to send me a cash app, call the number that's on the screen, and I'll send you a request to make sure the troll that duplicated my account, you know, don't get what you're trying to give me. But anyway, so dude called me and told me he getting ready to go serve a little 2-year bid. They get ready to send him to Canaan. I ain't even going to say his name. So he wanted some advice on how to move and how to survive, you know, when you get to Canaan. So I told him, you know, when you get there, you know, only problems you're going to have is with your homies. You're not going to have any problems with anybody else on the compound but your homies, you know? So don't go there claiming nothing. Don't get familiar with nobody, and you don't know a fool until he opens his mouth. You know what I mean? If you want to make yourself known in the comments who I'm speaking on. Because like I said, you know, I deal with strictly confidentiality, you know? But dude turns around and I explained to him what was going on, so he's prepared to go. You know, I say that to say, because I mentioned I got cut in the face by the homies. I'm going to tell that story, you know what I mean? But I want to show some pictures when I do that, you know, to really let y'all see what it is. So maybe the youth understand, don't go down the path that I did to do what I did because it wasn't worth it. Your own homies turn against you, you know, for $1 in the prison, you know? But I'm doing my thing. I'm shaking and baking. So now, when I was done with the work, I went back and sort of Sereno, and I let them know, y'all, I'm finished that and I'm trying to re-up, that thing was proper. They was selling black tar out there. I had access to get my hands on China white, but once you get China white out there in California, being that it's all black tar, the administration go crazy and shut it down because somebody either OD, and it's a hell of a lot more violence than the black tar, but it's a lot of violence with the black tar. Every day, listen, okay, I'm gonna break it down. Every time, okay, every second of the month, the second of every month, it was somebody from the CMS, one of the, correction officers, Spanish dude, because the Spanish dudes had it was given to the Spanish dude. They had me on the payroll to get hit off when the Serenos get off. The Serenos normally get the drugs to the border brothers. You know what I mean? Because the border brothers was allowed to deal with the Morenos. That means black, for those of y'all that don't remember. So the Serenos didn't deal with us, but I dealt directly with them, and they'll bring in, like a quarter key, of black tar, and they'll stash it in my cell behind one of the, government appliances, and they gave me a little Allen wrench that when I come back and, doing 4 o'clock count, after they count, I go bust it down and take out the joint, grab what I'm gonna get, put everything out there, do what I gotta do, make sure everybody moving. Yeah, all this going on in the prison. I know y'all never heard this. If I say that number on the screen, I don't care if it's $1 you sending, call that number and I'll request it from you and you send it to me and we keep this movement moving because we already know the game is to be sold, not told. You fake ass trolls that don't understand that. Gunshots. Okay? So now we up in the joint and we chilling. So I bust it down, I put it out there, and I do what I got to do. Now, each gram is going, so you can understand the mathematical equation it is. Each gram is going, for $500. They're giving me 3 grams, for $500. So I'm doubling my money. I spent $500, I make, $1,500, $1,000 profit without even doing anything but just selling it whole. When I sell it to the brothers for $500, they break it down. They get like 60 papers out of it. Each paper go for $25, which is, I always have my props because I mess with y'all like that. 5 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They come give me 5 of these and I give them one little paper of black tar. And black tar is, if you want to know the size of it when they sell it is, you take a matchstick. Y'all go get a matchstick and you peel that matchstick in half. And then you're going to have 2 little heads of the sofa on it. Well, each head of the sofa is the size of a 5-book paper. You know what I mean? And you get 60 of those. So 60 times 25, we talking about 1,500, that they making. So they pay $500, they doubling their money, but they got to hit the pound and sell it one at a time. I just sell it how I want to sell it, and that's the number on the screen right there. I answer that number so y'all do know. That's my number that's gonna stay the same. I know I had other numbers, but there was Google Voice where they said I was getting too many calls using too many minutes, so therefore they started charging me and this and that. So I went and got a whole nother phone. And that's the number on the screen. I do answer that phone, but make sure when you call that, be ready to send a brother a cash app because my time is valuable and the game is to be sold, not told. And whoever don't like it, gunshots. Now, so dude comes and that's how we selling it, So I started buying, an ounce at a time, But they started giving me 4 ounces. But when I'm buying an ounce, over an ounce, that's 25 grams. We already know a gram is 28 grams when you're dealing with cocaine, but when you're dealing with the heroin out there, it's 25, 24 grams. So what they normally do when they bring it in, they don't take time to weigh it out like that, it's things like that. They'll sit there, and they'll give you a slab, It's like a slab like this of black tar. They look like a chocolate bar. And then you take a chapstick cap. Too much game. But they already know this, so this ain't telling for you fake ass trolls. You take a chapstick cap and you push it down in it and you pull it up, and each one of those is a gram, and each one goes for $500. $1,500 when they break it down, making it 60 papers out of each joint at $25 a paper. See, I'm giving you all the mathematics and all this is in my head just so you understand. And you fake ass trolls, check the math and check the history and talk to your people that was there and they'll let you know. So, you get 24 to 25 of those, and they was giving me 24, 25 of those for $1,000. I was give them $1,000 up front and I get 25 grams. 25 grams at $500 a piece for $1,000. Sometimes I made $20,000 a month in Lompoc. You know what I mean? Like I said, check me out. Let me get in the camera. Cause I like to get close when I talk to the fake trolls and the suckers. You know what I mean? Check what I'm saying before you make a stupid comment, because I will block you, because this is a gangster's channel. And gangsters know that the game is to be sold, not told. I'm making $20,000 a month in Lompoc. Picture that. That's lawyer money, house money, take care of your wife, your mistress, and whoever you want money. That's how criminally corrupt I was. Not telling no one to do it, not telling you that I'm proud that I did it. At the time I did, I was proud that I did it because I was getting past the administration. Anything to beat the administration, I felt like I was winning. And I love to win. You know what I mean? Now, I got to tell y'all another story too, not right now, maybe next week, next month, I don't know. It depends how I feel, where I go with it, because, it's my channel, I'm in charge of it. I got another John Gotti story for y'all. Y'all want another John Gotti story? Because I don't want to be one of those dudes that every day I'm talking about John Gotti or every day I'm talking about the same person. So I mix it up, because what I love about my channel is, I have it organized now where people come to see and hear me, not me bringing guests on, because there's not enough gangsters out there to bring somebody on every day. So I don't want to wind up bringing suckers that ain't got no real, wisdom and jewels for you and no legitimacy status. You understand what I'm saying? So I mix it up, but I got another John Gotti story before I'm gonna give you about gambling. Y'all want another John Gotti story? Put it in the comments. Make sure you share these videos, man. Everybody watching right now, if you're not subscribed, I'm asking you politely, subscribe. And definitely hit that like button. Subscribe, hit the like button, go to my podcast, Unique Mecca Audio over at iTunes, Spotify, and all of that. And go to Roku for Unique Mecca Audio again and watch my videos, but definitely download something over there at my podcast. It don't cost you nothing, But now, so we up in the joint, we rocking and rolling. Now, all this money is being made, and all this violence. Then you got haters and you got suckers that's gonna come at you, So I'm putting myself in harm's way by selling these drugs on the compound, because now I'm a prime target. It don't matter who I am. It don't matter about my name. It don't matter about my reputation, because there's always somebody bigger and badder than me, and somebody that's qualified to try me, and someone that's not qualified that's gonna get punished for trying to try me. You know what I mean? But that's how it works. But like I said, I wound up coming out of Lompoc with a $150, from all this. And I'm not ashamed of none of that. I was at the losing. I ain't gonna say losing end. You know what I mean? I definitely can't say the losing end, because the dude, after he cut me, he ran and checked in. I never got a chance to get at him, but I'm not even mad at him. You know what I mean? Big shout out to the dude that cut me in the face. Woo, 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 woo. You know what I mean? And gunshots. Big shout out dude that cut me in the face. That's all a part of the hustle. So you youngins watching this, don't get cut in the face after you put yourself in harm's way by getting off the porch, trying to get in this lane, and then getting cut in the face, and then say, I'm mad at the dude that cut me in the face. No, I'm not mad at the dude that cut me in the face, because I done cut plenty of people in the face, and that comes with the territory. Because they got a female out there. They got a female out there that y'all don't know about. but I'm going to introduce you to her. Her name is Karma. You know what I mean? I couldn't go around continuously cutting people in the face, stabbing people, poisoning people with drugs. You understand what I'm saying? Corrupting people's lives without this female coming back to see me in one way or another. When I got cut in the face, first thing came to my mind, the bitch done caught up with me. Big shout out to the bitch. Big shout out to the bitch. Big shout out to her. You got to give Karma her props, you know? But, you know, that's what happens. So, like I said, I'm in there. I'm slinging and I'm slinging good, you know? I don't want to, you know, I think this, like I said, you know, when I became a 5%, they had a saying that goes, too much sunlight burns the plant. Too much water drowns the plant. Y'all gonna be mad at me right now. I know you're gonna be mad at me. You know what I mean? But you're gonna respect where I'm coming from. You know? This is just a setup, you know, for the final overlay to the final layup. You know what I mean? To score on the final point. Something gonna give you the rest of this later. All right? Go ahead and be mad all you want. Love you, man. All right?
Cheers, cheers, toast the crime, toast the crime, the crime, the crime, the crime.
Fresh out the can of 26, yeah. He back on the strip, getting back in the mix. Yeah. What he mentions a gift. Rush. You stand up 10 toes down, and I suggest you pay attention to this. Real. Take a little gully posse and put it in Harlem. He cut from the bottom, came up from the bottom. Drop the book, you should go and get it. The Instagram page and the YouTube, you could go and visit. Yeah. Then you could consider yourself LinkedIn. Real. Sit front row and get Jews from a kingpin. How he went through it, so you ain't gotta go do it. To not pay attention would be stupid. Talking about a man that probably put your grandfather on. Probably the reason that him and your grams got along. A man that generated millions on the block, did his time, never squilling to the cops, Mecca audio. Get it live like 2 G's in the 90s. Drop top beamer so shiny. I let shorty go, she was whining. Treat her like my past, she behind me. Spend a couple bands on the Dapper Dan. You be back again, getting green like a Packers fan. No cap, it's a roaring uptown. They be horn uptown, Dominican bust downs. Now we on the positive, we got a lot to give. Now he trying to stop the kids from being inoperative. So take heed, homie, lend a ear. He started in uptown, he gon' finish dead. But now it ain't about selling drugs, buying cars. It's about buying property to make the community yours. So we can give back to the youth them. Cause they the truth them. And bless up to all the root men.